All right, let's get right into it. If you think you know the story of Bigfoot, that shy, elusive giant hiding out in the woods, well, you might want to put that aside for a bit. Today, we are going way beyond the legend to profile something else entirely, a spectral predator, an apex haunter of the Pacific Northwest.
And really, it all starts with this one question. It's a question that takes us from the world of cryptozoology, the study of hidden animals, and drops us right into the middle of the supernatural. We're talking about a creature that's born not from myth, but from a legend's very end. So before we can even think about tracking a phantom like this, we've got to know what we're looking for, right? We have to understand the entity, which means we have to classify it. We've got to give a name to this shadow in the trees.
And here it is. This isn't just some ghost. We're looking at a very specific classification. Anthropoidipes ameriborialis spiritus. So let's break that down. Ameriborialis tells you it's from the North American forests. But that last part, spiritus, that's the key. It means this is the spectral form of a Sasquatch that died under really intense emotional circumstances. Think of violent death or some deep, lasting regret. It's not just a primate. It's a primate spirit, an undead cryptid, literally bound to our world by the powerful echo of how it died.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. On one side, you've got the creature we think we know, the elusive, shy primate that avoids us at all costs. But on the other side, you have its ghost. And this ghost isn't shy, it's relentless. It's not hiding all across North America, it's a phantom that is tied specifically to the Pacific Northwest. And it doesn't hide, it hunts.
And speaking of where it hunts, a creature like this is totally defined by its environment. Its habitat is just as much a part of its identity as its ghostly nature.
The Spirit Sasquatch is deeply, intrinsically connected to the Pacific Northwest. I mean, we're talking about a place of just breathtaking beauty that can also feel incredibly ancient and isolating. It's kind of the perfect cradle for a ghost story to be born, isn't it?
And it seems to thrive in these very specific spots. Think about that dense fog that just rolls in off the coast, or the deep dark shadows in those ancient forests. That's not just scenery. For a creature with a misty, shifting form, that's the perfect natural camouflage. This is a ghost that literally wears the weather like a cloak.
So you have to wonder, right? How does a ghost, a spirit, adapt to hunt in the pitch-black darkness of a rainforest? Well, it seems that evolution, or maybe supernatural selection, finds a way.
This is its #1 advantage. Its body is, well, it's barely even there. It's like a living mist. The fur can look like it's shifting, like smoke, or it can perfectly mimic the moss and ferns on the forest floor. It's not really a creature you see so much as a thing you just sense is there.
Now, to completely own the night is develop this whole suite of incredible sensory tools. And these aren't just random spooky traits. They're like supernatural versions of real-world adaptations. Those huge eyes, they probably have a ghostly version of what cats have, that reflective layer that causes eye shine, so it can scoop up every single particle of light. These are the tools that let it become the master of the darkness.
And this just illustrates the point perfectly. You know how a cat uses its whiskers to feel its way around a dark room? The Spirit Sasquatch seems to have the same thing. These whiskers would let it move through that dense forest, feeling the slightest twitch of a mouse or knowing exactly where a branch is, all without needing any light at all.
Okay, now we get to the heart of what makes this thing so absolutely terrifying. This isn't some sad, mournful spirit just wandering the woods. No, this is an active and utterly relentless hunter.
The Spirit Sasquatch just throws that whole gentle giant idea right out the window. Instead, it seems to have copied the playbook of one of nature's smartest and most efficient predators, the wolf. It's not waiting in ambush, it's a pursuer.
So what's really crucial here is the method. This isn't some monster just rampaging through the forest. No, this is a calculated predatory sequence. It uses its bottomless, ghostly stamina to just run its prey into the ground. Then the attack is precise, a bite to the neck or snout, just like a wolf. And here's the most chilling part. It doesn't eat the body. It consumes the spiritual energy, the fear of its victim. And then it caches the leftovers. It hides that energy to feed on later.
You know, these are the classic signs of a haunting, aren't they? Cold spots, sounds with no source. But in this context, they're not just paranormal weirdness. They're the warning signs of an attack. It's like the forest itself is trying to tell you that a predator is closing in on you.
And its toolkit goes way beyond the physical. We're talking abilities that just laugh at the laws of biology. Phasing means no tree, no rock, no cabin wall can protect you. It just becomes intangible and walks right through. The spectral pack means you might not be facing just one hunter. It can actually summon ghostly versions of other forest predators to hunt with it. And with Jacobson's tracking, it basically has this supernatural organ where by pulling back its lips into a grimace, it can literally taste the chemical signature of your fear in the air. This thing is the ultimate wilderness phantom.
And that's what makes this so incredibly hard to wrap your head around. I mean, when you see something like that, are you looking at the ghost of a dead animal? Or, for just a second, are you glimpsing something from another dimension, another reality, that's just bleeding through into ours?
And that really leaves you with one final haunting thought. We spend so much time and energy searching those deep, misty forests for one mystery, for a legend of flesh and blood. But maybe, just maybe, the bigger mystery isn't what's living out there, but what's lingering,